The silence is quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Good afternoon. You're tuned into Ability Matters, the program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities and everything in between. We are one of the longest running disability-related shows in the world, starting as Headway On Air all the way back in 2007 and now brought to you by My Home Living Care, an NDIS registered disability support organisation.
Yes, that's right, Sean. And this is me, your host, Tony, and I'm back after a few weeks off sort of thing, but that was for medical reasons and everything like that, but I can tell you that a bit later, but I don't think it's right for the air at the moment, so yes. It was actually something to do with my tongue, and I can speak well now, well, speak at all, so there we go.
Doing a good job.
Thanks there, Bec. So yes, good afternoon, everyone, as I start again. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ability Matters. How are we all today? I hope we're good and ready for some good information about above and beyond the call of duty to do with disabilities and everything like that. Yes, of course, I'm your host, Tony Scott-Emilio, and with me as per normal is my co-host, Bec. How are you, Bec?
Good. How are you? You feeling better, Tony?
I'm feeling definitely better. I can actually speak now. I can't eat or drink what I would like to just yet, but that's down the track.
It's a whole new world, isn't it? You don't realise till you're there.
Well, it's not really a whole new world. So I'm back to the original world,
probably
yes.
Brought up some traumatic experiences.
Oh, yes and no, but okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much. And who we have with us today? Our co-host, our guest.
Okay, we have Jackson in from Mentor Mates today.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Jackson, how are you going?
Really good. Thanks so much for having me, Bec and Tony. It's really nice to be here today.
Beautiful.
Excellent. And I suppose we'll jump into some music first off, Tony, and then we'll come straight back to some questions.
First thing I'll do, I'm sorry he's already left now, but I'd like to thank Tim for the past 2 hours of his lovely show, Through the Past Darkly. Always good stuff, Tim. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tim.
And yeah, I'm going to open up today's show with, everyone knows this song, I'm sure. If you look outside, it's certainly the right time for it. It is a wonderful day, and this is A Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, 1967. Yeah. And yes, that was just Sam and Dave with Hold On, I'm Coming from 1966. Album of the same name too, Hold On, I'm Coming. And it reached number 1 the same year, 1966, so there you go.
A bit of trivia there for everybody that's listening. Thanks for that, Tony. Some good music selection. Okay, so we'll jump straight into our questions that we have for you today.
Let's
Jackson?
Do you have an interview with Jackson? And what's the interview concerning?
He's from Mentor Mates, so we're going to dive into what Mentor Mates is.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So you guys had my business partner, my other half, on, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, Pat. Remember Patrick? Just before you went away, it would have been.
Then it's probably not.
Oh, actually, no, it would have been at the end of September.
Well, the further the gap is, the bigger chance that no recollection of it.
No, yeah. No worries.
That's my short-term memory trouble. Listeners, thank you very much.
My first question for you today, Jackson, is what is your role at Mentor Mate?
Very good question. So I think I'll just start off with a bit of a story. So Patrick might have told you how we started and a little bit.
How he got to where he is, but your story may be a little bit
different.
different.
A bit different, yeah. So I was actually working in finance as a financial planner before this, and I still own a financial planning firm. And how I got into disability support, which is what Mentor Mates do, is I started working with families with disabilities with their finances. So they were very concerned about if they parents were to pass away and they had a child that was disabled, to make sure that the money was there to protect them and make sure they could have the freedom to live their lives.
Smart planning.
So I was doing all that kind of work and I just loved it. It was the best work I've ever done. And so Patrick came to me last year and we've been best mates since we were 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we've always wanted to do business together. And he said, do you want to start something with me? And I said, well, I'm doing all this work with these families now. I'd love to help you out with the disability support and doing a bit more of the practical care. And so I am the background guy who does all the finances, make sure the staff are paid correctly.
Stuff,
Yes,
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
You get all the fun jobs.
I get all the fun jobs. And then if families have any questions around their finances and they're working with mentor mates, I help out there as well. And so
so you've got like a bit of a double up there where you give them a bit of financial advice
100%,
as well. That's awesome. And that's technically, see, I'm a broad thinker. That's still part of support.
Yeah, well, it's a dynamic that they people always have a concern about, and I'm just there to just give everyone the option so they can be independent and live how they want to live and make sure that their finances are in place. So it's no different for, if you're working as a professional and I'm advising on certain trusts, so I'm doing the special disability trusts. It's the same. I see it's the same work, but so
that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, because when I spoke with Patrick last time, he said he was the founder. Are you a founder as well?
I am, yeah. Together, we spent... Co-founder, yes. He was definitely the guy who had the idea, and he just came to me and said, I know you know how to run a business, because I've run businesses since I was 25.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Started early.
I'd started very early, and he said it would be great for us to do something together, and that way he could just focus on the care and making sure that everything's really good on that aspect, and I just keep everything running smoothly.
So you're the behind the scenes. You do all the bits and bobs that not many people like to do.
No.
Another good analogy is you're more the heartbeat, yeah?
Yes, that's a good analogy. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's a good analogy.
Keep everything flowing around and working smoothly.
Yes, keeping the circulation going.
Beautiful. Lifeblood.
Who do you work with? You've kind of touched on it. You mainly give the financial support aspect, but who else?
So other than, say, the families, helping with the families, I'm working a lot with, because I'm in the behind the scenes, coordinators and plan managers.
Oh, yeah.
Just making sure that, we're invoicing correctly, working a lot with the staff, so helping them with training, making sure that they're paid correctly, super's on time. Yeah, and then really just supporting Patrick. So if Patrick has an idea and he's like, I want to do this, he gives it to me and I try to get it done for him.
I'll find a way to keep
the taxman
budget.
Yeah. And that can be just like, I want to do, I think we should do a dancing night, and I'll make sure that kind of gets done correctly. And,
excellent.
And all the compliance behind it as well. So again, Patrick's the fun guy. I'm the one in the background does all the things. Yeah,
keep the taxman away.
Yeah, keep the taxman away. So
it's a very important job. Anyway, I know exactly how you're gonna do a lot of dots and cross the T's and make sure
your eyes cross the T's.
Yes. Yeah. It makes it easy as well for knowing that it's all, Pat knows it's all done and he doesn't have to worry about it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, a little bit of stress, but then you get all the stress. Oh, just touching on what you spoke about there in that brief moment, I'm gathering from you talking about support coordinators and things like that you work mainly with NDIS people?
Yeah, that would be the primary business, yep.
Yeah, cool. Just so people listening out there can get an idea of
so in general note, if you're out there and have anything at all in disability sort of thing, NDIS is the way to go these days. So make sure you got yourself one of those NDIS numbers and registrations. If you don't, get yourself involved with it, because it may be a long line, but if it's a long line, it's best you get involved in it in the first place now.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I suppose my next question for you, because you guys are so new to the scene and everything, people would be interested to know, what area do you service? Do you have a broad range, or do you have a small circle? What do you do? What do you guys do?
We did come on the scene hot. Yeah, and we've grown really quickly, which is good. But we the areas that we cover currently is all the way from Helensburgh, all the way down south coast to like Bomaderry.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and
pretty wide range there.
Yeah, pretty right. And then we've got some employees in Melbourne as well.
Wow, so that's exciting.
Yeah, which is really good. So we go down there to Melbourne a bit. So, but we're focusing mainly on the Illawarra's. Beautiful place to be, isn't it? So it's a good place to work.
So in Melbourne, I'm just curious.
Yep.
In Melbourne, is it mainly just the CDB, like Melbourne itself, or do you go out to the suburb
It's actually
areas?
mainly the suburbs.
Oh, mainly in the suburbs. Interesting.
Yeah.
The outer parts, away from the businesses and that kind of thing.
Yeah. It was just a bit of an opportunity where we had some workers who wanted to stay working with us, and they wanted to move to Melbourne because they had partners getting jobs down there, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to leave you guys." I'm like, "Oh, we'll just try to get you work down in Melbourne." And
That's awesome.
Yes.
I love the adaptability and the flexibility you guys have got.
Yes.
Out the box thinking. It's my favourite thing.
We didn't want to let them go. So, and we're really like family at Mentor Mates. We really want to try to keep everyone together, and we were going to miss them if they went. So it was good that they were able to kind of find work in Melbourne and keep them in,
Once you're together, it's hard to lose the relationship stuff you worked on the whole that time. So yes.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You don't hear a lot about people going above and beyond for their employees that much these days, but good to see that you're stretching the friendship, I suppose.
Broaden the horizon.
In a good way, but
we think that's the key thing, right? Like, is if your employees are happy, everything kind of flows through. So, yeah, I've always wanted to be someone that they can come to and talk to and be open. And so, yeah, it's really good. I've been loving it for the last year.
So awesome. Wouldn't I love to be a part of that as well?
Yeah.
I think we all would.
Yeah.
I also think it's time for to break things up with a bit of music.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Go for it. Hit us with your best shot. What have you got?
That's Pat Benatar, but no, I haven't got Pat Benatar lined up. So I have another Australian kind of lined up here. We all know John Farnham. Yeah. Well, this one, everyone knows John Farnham.
Oh, yeah.
So this
Are we saying you're the cleaning lady?
This is actually the 1988 song Age of Reason from an album of the same name, Age of Reason. So here we go. Yes, we just heard from Cold Chisel. Jimmy Barnes was singing the song Flame Trees from 1984. And now we get back over to the interview between Bec and Jackson. I was going to call
Thanks,
you Jacko.
Tony.
Then, okay.
You can call me Jacko.
That's fine, yeah.
Love the awesome 80s music. I'm a fan.
Good stuff.
So I suppose the next one that I'll ask you is, who should someone rewind.
Yep.
When should someone contact Mentor Mate? What exactly are you guys helping out with?
Yeah, so look, we do all types of support. So there's the finance stuff. So if you're ever thinking, I might be in a tough financial position and I need some help there, I can help out with that and be happy to. But then when it comes to the supports, and that's our core business at Mentor Mates, it'd be if you're looking to get out in the community, you want to find some social groups. So we run heaps of really good social groups pretty much Monday to Friday and Saturday morning. Do all sorts of stuff, dancing, music.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Imagine coffee,
Yeah. Do movie nights, trivia. So we've got so if you,
trivia.
Yeah. So if you wanted to kind of get out and meet some new people and make some good connections, then we're your guys, definitely. Yeah, and then if you just need help with your daily supports, we can offer that as well. But yeah, so we're pretty broad. But I think the thing people like about us is our social groups. So
I'm just curious, for your social groups, do you meet at your offices or do you head out into the community?
We go out. Yeah, we go out and so took a couple of people to Latin dancing the other day. Friday.
Ooh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, well, Patrick is a competitive Latin dancer, so he
knows all about it.
Yeah, he knows all about it. So, and we got a big group of people, and it was awesome, best night. So, yeah. So yeah, we're always getting out there and sporting events. Yeah, it's really good.
Sounds interesting, I think, but I'll have to chat with you guys a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's probably a question just in case there's people out there, because I'm one of those people. Do you have to be on NDIS or can you just come and join you guys?
Come join the groups. We just want as many people coming as possible. So it's, the more the people, the merrier and the better it is.
And so what's the way you could join these groups? Do you have like a contact number, email or something like that?
Yeah, so we've got a website. It's www.mentormates.com.au. which is good.
All one word.
all one word.
Mentor, not mental. Yeah.
Mentor mates. yeah, don't do that.
You're not mental. I think that might be going a bit skew of left there.
So that was mentalmates, all one word, .com.au.
But if you just go onto Google, we're the top ranking there, so which is good.
Google search will get you there.
Yeah, Google search will get you there. Or you can even email myself, which is jackson@mentalmates.com.au, or Patrick. So
that would be patrick@mentalmates.com.au.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Yeah, and we on our website we post what we're going to do throughout the week, and then if anyone wants to come, they just reach out and they let us know.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but that's the best bit. We always try to find like new things to do, which is we're very creative at trying to find like activities and things to get out in the community, which is good.
Awesome. Sounds good. So are these the usual things that most people do, or you just get a bit creative and do something a little bit different?
Try to be creative. Yeah. It can be. It depends.
I like how you say that.
Try, because it depends. It's all about I find the group. It takes a while for people to get to know each other. It's like anything. So the longer people come to the group, the more they get out of it, I feel. And they start making friends with other people there, and it becomes like really, really fun. So usually I say, give it a try for a couple of times. You'll start meeting people that you like, and then it gets a lot funner when you go a bit more. So
Cool.
Beautiful. Yes, this is still Tony Scott there in the chair with co-host Bec. How are you, Bec? Yeah,
hello.
Yes. And we're interviewing our latest little interview with your friend Jackson. How are you, Jackson?
Really good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And yes, this is still Ability Matters on 106.9 VOX FM. So we're going to go to another song, Bec, yeah? Time for a song? Or
we might just go with one for now.
Okay, one for now. Okay, well, we're going to keep the 80s thing happening, Aussie Film 2. This is Crowded House with Don't Dream It's Over from 1986.
Oh, great song.
The album was also Crowded House, another self-titled album. Beautiful. Here we go. Previous song was just Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over, 1986, from the album of the same name. So back into the interview between Bec and Jackson. Go for it, guys.
Okay, so we touched a little bit on your website before, Jackson. I was just to let those people out there that might have missed that know.
And
go and grab a pen and
why did that? It was www.mentalmates.com.au, and the email was jackson@mentalmates.com.au. And what was the other one, Jackson?
Patrick@mentalmates.
Of course.
Just to reiterate that for anyone out there that's keen to get in contact with you guys and hear about all the wonderful things that you do, because that sounds amazing.
Thank you. And we've got Instagram as well, Facebook.
Oh, yeah. So yes.
Have to push the socials.
Yeah, for sure. Push it out there.
So you can...
Instagram will be a good way to promote the activities and options we have available with pictures 1,000 words at a time. So there we go.
Yeah, it is. No, it's really, really good. It's so Instagram, we're trying to push that a bit more and show what we're doing, and so you can search us on Instagram, and we should be one of the front ones. Our logo's got like a purple and orange.
Cool, like the colouring.
Yeah, it looks good on a hoodie.
Smooth, yeah.
Looks good on a hoodie and a beanie.
Looks good on a hoodie.
That's what we wanted to see.
We've got a line of fashion too.
Yes, we got a little bit. Yeah, just I'm a bit of a fashionista, so yeah.
So can people pick them?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
So people can pick them up from you guys if they're interested in wearing some of those cool hoodies, or
we'll have to put an order in because they've been hot, and people have been taking them. So all our staff have got them now, so we can take orders for those. But it's but that was the thing when we were designing the logo. My thing was, does it look cool on a hoodie? Because I'll be wearing the hoodie, and it does. So.
That's awesome. That's excellent.
Awesome. That's right.
So I just wanted to ask you, were there any tips for our listeners on things that might be important to bear in mind?
Yeah. So I think one of the things I would say to that is that Patrick and I, for a very long time, why we've been friends for so long, is that we're both very passionate people. And we really love to get into things. So hobbies, Patrick's Latin dancing, mine's jazz guitar. And
love that guitar stuff.
Thank you very much. It's and music. And we've always followed our passions, and it gives us the most fulfillment. And so I'd say to the listeners is that if you're thinking about doing something and you're not sure if it's going to work out, you don't have to be the best guitarist in the world to enjoy it. Like, I know I'm not the best guitarist in the world, and I still get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And so I'd just say always follow your passions. And if you need help following your passions, mentor mates can help you with that as well.
There are people out there for that.
Sounds
help.
good. I suppose, are you open to ideas? They may have something that they would like to do that you don't already do.
It's all community driven. So it's good. That's a really good question.
Sorry.
No, that's
a good
it's
question. Don't apologise. Good question.
Yeah. So our website has this space where you can create an account and you can suggest ideas for the group. And we do it. We do it a lot of the times. We very much want to do... We don't want to be dictating what group does. We want the group to be dictating what the group does. So,
that's excellent. I like the sound of that. So I suppose next question, I'll have to rattle this off my head.
Yeah. So I've probably talked too quick, maybe.
No, it's cool.
Makes it efficient, beautiful.
I just want to let people know out there, aware of where the old Headway building is. That's actually where you guys are now, in the old Headway building.
Yes.
Mercury Street.
Yes. Smith Street, yeah.
So if you get lost or you're not sure where to go, just think of the old Headway and then you'll be able to find that pretty quickly.
It's a great spot.
I thought the Headway building was Mercury Street. Oh, it's that little offshoot street, Smith Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a little off... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great spot. We're so close to... so it's really accessible, which is good. And there's heaps of parking everywhere. And this food is amazing all across there. So I'm a big fan of Collie's. So they got the roast lunches. So I go there a lot. And then Opus, coffee shops. It's an awesome spot to be. So
I think his boy Elroy is actually up on the Keele Street side.
Yes, that's very good as well. Yes, the burgers are very good there. I try to not go there too much because for the burgers, but I could eat them every day. Definitely.
definitely. So you guys were actually, and it's wonderful that you're just saying how it's so accessible because there is a lift to get up into that first level of the building where you guys are located.
That was a big thing for us to make sure, obviously, that we had it was accessible to everyone, and it's a good spot. We're really loving it. So
it's nice and open, and it's a good space. I actually went there on Friday and got to meet you guys. I was a bit like looking around the room, going, "This looks familiar." And so I had to ask that question.
Well, and thank you so much for coming on Friday. It was really inspiring to hear your story. I hadn't heard it before, and it was
Thank you.
I was very, very. I just want thank you very much.
That's okay.
Most welcome. Welcome.
Not a problem.
Pleasure to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it was great. We got to catch up, and at the same time, I was able to remind you, make sure you come next Tuesday.
Because I doubt that your memory's like mine or anyone with a head injury sort of thing, but reminders are always beneficial.
Well, I need reminders as well. I've got a lot on my plate, so I'm very organised. Got charts. That's the thing. My role in mentor mates to keep everything organised. So.
And so
I'm like that in my life in some aspects. So.
No, yes, I understand exactly what you mean. I love to keep everything organised and structured as well to make sure that I don't forget anything. Because we do get busy these days. I don't know about you guys, but I try and cram as much into the one day as I can because I'm not sure if I'm going to get the next day, so I want to do as much as I can in that day.
I'm very similar to that. I always think, wouldn't it be great if I was one of those people that could live off like 2 hours of sleep?
Yes. My husband's one of those people.
There's like a gene that determines how much sleep you need. There's some people with this special gene, and they only need like 2 to 3 hours.
Is that related to the number of cups of coffee you have?
Probably is. Oh,
I drink too much coffee as well.
Well, we'll hit back to Tony because you've got some great songs, I'm pretty sure of it, for us to listen to.
It's been good since we started.
I've got some Elton John lined up with Benny and the Jets from his eponymous album, Yellow Brick Road. Everyone knows that one, from 1973. Then after that, we'll see where we go, okay? So here's Elton John, Band Your Jets. Awesome. Good stuff. Yes, that was just Elton John, Ben in the Jets, and now over to you, Bec.
Thank you very much, Tony. That was a great song. I really love that song.
Beautiful.
I'm still standing. It's still my number one.
Elton, okay. It's not the one I picked for today, but I've got that in my system. Yes.
Sorry, that goes with my 80s theme.
Okay. That one was more 70s, but yeah. Okay.
Did you like the movie?
I found it interesting. I'm not sure how on the dot.
Mixed bag. Yeah.
Not sure how on the dot it is to his actual life or not.
Yeah.
Well, I've never met him, so there you go.
Well, no, none of us have met him. I hope not. Well, I hope I haven't, and I forgot all about it. But
and I'm not exactly a spy or anything, so yeah, I don't know what his real life's all about.
No,
What the news says,
I think he actually did like an autobiography or something.
Okay.
So I know that might be where they took that from. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it was an interesting movie.
I didn't mind it. Yeah.
I actually like the actor that played Elton John in that movie. Yeah.
He is good.
Is he from
The Kingsman?
Yes,
that's
the
it.
Kingsman.
Yeah,
Kingsman
yeah.
one, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like interesting to have a movie on your life and you sit in the movie theatre and you see your life play out before your eyes.
Happen like that.
Because one thing that I've noticed is like I actually just watched that One Love about Bob Marley. And I'm thinking, is it 50 years or something since Bob Marley passed away? Because usually they don't bring out movies while the people are still alive. So they usually wait a couple of years and do something like that. But that's a living legend, I suppose. You get a movie made while he's still around. Woohoo, it must be pretty good. Yeah.
Anyhow, let's get into some...
and I I'd just like to say thank you very much to Jackson for coming in and chatting with us today.
No, it's okay. Thank you so much for having me.
We'll probably get you back in about 6 months or so and hear some wonderful catch-up news.
Bit of a recap. Make sure things are still heading down the way you just suggested.
Hopefully.
So,
that
you
sounds
might have
great.
some amazing, outstanding stories that
I hope I do.
have to tell us about how well Mental Mates is going.
It doesn't matter. An update is all we're after. It doesn't matter how amazing or anything like that. The reality set is all we're really after.
Yeah.
So
I think, Tony, we're going to have to talk about guitarists as well next time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Maybe a bit after.
For sure. And I suppose I'll sign off now and I'll say thank you to everybody for listening this afternoon. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you very much, Bec.
And thank you, Tony.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.